That big boss less special. It ain't no game, but they saying welcome to the second level. Second level. Second level gaming. Second level.
So, welcome back, guys, to this Let's Play. I gotta skip this cutscene of Finding Nemo.
Yay.
We are currently at the drop-off.
We're at the drop-off. What is the drop-off?
It's exactly what it sounds like. It's where so the drop-off is an actual thing in the ocean where it goes from the reef area to the literally drops.
Are
to
you
nothing.
referring to the Mariana Trench drop-off?
Kind of.
Okay.
Similar concept where it literally just drops
Where it
off.
becomes open water as opposed to the shallows.
Yes.
Cool.
So.
God, I love the ocean so much. It's
It's
so
weird that
fucking
we don't know anything about it like that. Oh god.
Yeah, like every time divers go into the deeper parts of the ocean, pretty much they discover multiple new species, which is fascinating to me.
And I'm dead.
Oh.
I got my butt burnt.
That's a shame.
Yeah. Never claimed to be good at this game.
But you know, like they can just go down a couple times, and every time they come up, they're like, okay, we found 15 new things today. It's just awesome that they can.
I'm gonna
do
give up on
that.
that. Well, I think it's funny. I can't remember who it was. Said we know more about the surface of the moon and Mars than we do of our own ocean.
Which is awesome that's the case, because it's gonna be eventually easier for us to explore the ocean, I feel. I was watching a documentary the other day. This is what I do with my time. I sit around and watch ocean documentaries.
Me too. I love nature documentaries.
Yeah, but they had this submersible. Obviously there's been a couple different attempts at good submersibles.
James Cameron is probably the most well known.
Yeah, the Challenger Deep documentary he had was fascinating, and I highly recommend it to anyone that is into that stuff. But there was one I was watching, and this guy decided that he figured out what it was about our submersibles that weren't working so well, and that was that they didn't glide in the same way that a fish does. So, like, you know, if you go down in one of those regular submersibles, they have tons of these huge bright lights on them, and they're very intrusive, and they're usually noisy, and they have a lot of, you know, problems. They're not natural to the wildlife, so therefore the wildlife generally scatters.
Yep.
But there's this guy that's working on this submersible that's kind of like a plane. His idea was he wanted to be able to fly under the ocean. So it's this awesome two-man, like, plane submarine thing that zips around under the ocean. And I think it's awesome that we're getting to a point where we can navigate the ocean like that and be less intrusive to the environment.
Yeah, because that's, I mean, obviously you have to have lights for video. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
But, like, by the way, did you notice them in the background?
I did. Are they're just kind of hanging out?
Kind of following me, yeah.
That's cool.
Here's a drop off. But, like, yeah, I feel like, because I love documentaries where they see things are natural habitat. So I've been watching one where it's like they put cameras in rocks essentially.
Okay.
And they just put it in various different areas, and they're stationary cameras versus a cameraman on a jeep following. So it's for like an African excursion, as an example. That's way more intrusive than putting these cameras just placed everywhere and seeing what they pick up.
Just observing them. But it's harder to do that.
Yeah, because you don't know where they're going to be.
Ropes. Yeah, because you don't know what's going on.
Oh, I remember this one.
Oh, this is cool.
We're going to the drop-off. It's dangerous. See? And there's, you probably can't see, but there's the water is pushing me left and right. I remember this being really hard as a child. I don't know why. Probably because those.
Oh, is it electrocuting?
I can't tell what it is.
Oh, it's got little sparkies coming.
Yeah, it's electric of some sort. Yeah, it looks like electric eel. I don't know, but this was the first level that I think I had to replay like 4 or 5 times as a kid. But yeah, I can't wait to see, like, when we found giant squids and all that kind of stuff. Like, you know, the ocean is the perfect place for giant animals.
Oh yeah.
And
this is one of my main sort of I guess hobbies, you could say, is that I'm super interested in that stuff, like giant animals under the sea. And I've mentioned it before, but I'm writing a book.
he touched the butt.
And yeah, so I mean, just sea monsters in general are awesome. The fact that, especially that you have all these kind of that's cool. These gigantic species in the lower, deeper waters. And, you know, even if they're, right now, we're just seeing, like, gigantic bugs and things like that, the fact that this deep-sea gigantism can happen to pretty much anything means that, yeah, sure, there could be some really scary, huge shit down there. We've seen a couple giant squids. Now, they're big. They're not as big as they were depicted in history as being able to take down boats, but they're still pretty big.
Large. I mean, because you have to remember, because the land animals usually can't be that large because of the because of gravity, and it puts stress on your internal organs. In the ocean, you're floating.
Yeah.
So they're free moving. Do you see the giant alligator that was on? Oh, gotta cut this out. That was on the golf course.
Yeah, I saw that this morning.
That was terrifying.
Big.
Yeah, so they predict about 15 to 16 feet.
I was watching a video the other day of a guy who was with his kid. I don't want to say it was the Amazon, but he was like in maybe the Everglades or something like that, some croc-infested place. And he's with his kid on this little canal boat, kayak or whatever. And like they're doing some fishing, and he's holding on to this line, and then something dips down and pulls the line. So they're super stoked and like, yeah, we caught something. And then they get closer to it, and then just these giant jaws come out of the water, and you see that it's a gigantic crocodile of some description. The kid loses his mind and just starts crying, and it's hilarious. So I recommend you watch that video.
Watch that one.
It's good times.
Fuck.
Oh man,
It's a
is
timer.
it like one hit kill? Is that what's happening?
Yep. Because I don't have the things with me.
They're your protection.
Yeah. God, I thought I hit all those. So now you notice I switched to Marlin because Nemo's been kidnapped. So we're playing from Marlin's perspective now.
So Nemo's officially needs to be found.
Yes, he's officially gone. If I remember correctly, there's also somewhere around here where you pick up more time.
It's starting to look a little harder. I'll say that.
Woo! I'm gonna screw that one up. I'm not gonna worry about collecting. Oh god.
Yeah, I don't think.
I'm just gonna try and beat the. I mean, I could.
Yeah, let's just try and get the game.
I've done it as a child, but that's also like I also died a lot.
Yeah. You're a collector. I believe that you spend the time.
I mean, if you look, whoa!
I am not.
If you look at give me the shrimp, give me the shrimp, give me the shrimp. Thank you. Like the games that I've loved playing on the channel, like we played Donkey Kong Country, which still sucks that we lost that footage. Like, that's the first game we ever finished. We don't have the footage for it. And the hard drive crashed.
But at least we finished Cthulhu.
Yes.
I feel like at least we've proven ourselves to be kind of winners in some way.
We're kind of good.
We're kind of able to finish video games.
What's really hard. So what's really hard with this right now is my microphone's right in the middle, so I'm trying to like look around my mic when I'm doing this.
Yeah, there's a certain level of precision that goes into this game.
And this game does not have it 100%.
And it is worth pointing out that Keegan is controlling all of this.
Yes.
I am merely laid back, relaxing.
I am chasing a mask right now. You can eat me? You can eat me? Don't eat me.
Yeah, that guy's mean.
He is. Oh, pufferfish.
So, yeah, I feel like
Fuck!
The learning curve here took it up a few notches.
Yep.
This level is a lot harder than old previous levels.
I'm also trying to rush it because the timer is what gets you. And honestly, if I just took it slow and just like took my time and like looked at each enemy, because I'm trying to rush through it. I mean, that's just the way I play video games, as you know.
Yeah.
So like, if I took my time, and then you have those drafts there that push you, and you're like weren't expecting them.
Yeah, I'm not one to rush games. I take my sweet time for the most
Which
part.
drives me crazy.
Well, partially because I want to get my money's worth out of it. And, like I was playing Dying Light this morning. It's the second time I played through, and at the beginning of the game, I just found myself just casually walking everywhere. I was trying to be as immersed in it as possible. I think it's easier to do that with an FPS than a game like this.
Well, that's how I am with Elder Scrolls.
Yeah,
Elder
I
Scrolls
mean,
is
you
so
kind of
much
want to be a part of the universe, and I think you can't do that in an FPS if you're just rushing from, from A to B. Game like this, yeah, there's a certain element of speed to it, but at the same time, like nothing saying you can't take your time a little bit and try and hit all the markers and stop hitting your foot on the table.
It's like the third time I've done that during the session. I think it's because I'm in a new spot. I moved to the left side of the table, and I'm not used to being on the left side of the table.
That's what you get.
Yeah. Let's go. And down here? Is this?
It's a puffer.
Fly Puff 2 was on that one. I think I'm going the right way.
What are some animals in the sea that you're like? What are your favorite, like, not necessarily like well-known, maybe lesser-known animals of the sea?
I don't know. I'm not a huge ocean fan. I mean, I like the ocean documentaries and all that, but
You don't have any favorite little animals?
no. I mean, my
Have you ever
favorite
seen
animal of all
Dumbo?
time- I have. What is happening here?
Dumbo the
what am I running away
octopus.
from? Oh no.
Oh, good.
Oh, piranhas.
Oh, jeez, those things are fucking terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been next to a tank full of piranhas?
Nope.
They all stare at you, like at the same time.
I've
If you
seen-
move, they all follow you.
My favorite's when
It's terrifying.
I watched a video of them feeding, and that's terrifying.
Yeah.
'Cause they
Oh yeah.
just
I mean, they're
swarm.
scary dudes. I don't think they're as bad as their reptiles people believe. But
Yeah.
I will say that me and my wife went to an aquarium.
I wouldn't
and there
mess
was
with
a
them.
tank of piranhas, and it was fucking terrifying. Like no matter where we went to in the room, all of them were like intently staring at us. And if we like moved to the left, they would all go to the left. It was really, really.
You're like, ooh, food.
My favorite deep sea creature, there's a couple of them. The siphonophore is one of my favorites.
It's a hell of a name.
I know. It's actually not really a creature so much as several creatures that make one mass. So think of it as like a ton of little things that all join together and act as though they are one organism. It's absolutely fascinating to me that's the first time that anyone's ever seen anything like that in the wild. And yeah, so look up or Google siphonophore if you want to see what I'm talking about. It's SIPHONOPHORE. Very, very cool. And also the coelacanth. The coelacanth is really, really kind of awesome. But my personal favorite is the macropinna. The macropinna fish is the one that you see sometimes that it has a see-through head. So it's like a regular fish, but then you can actually see inside to its little brain stalks and eye stalks.
I do
everything.
like the
Very
one in
cool.
this movie with the light on his head. What are those called?
Anglerfish.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am a fan. I'm a fan of those because I think they're
Those
just
are
really cool
dope.
looking.
Yeah, those are. I like anglerfish.
Like that's something you wouldn't expect. I guess you just wouldn't expect to see it, and when you do, you're like, oh,
Well, yeah. I mean, just the way that those things hunt. Oh, we met Dory.
yeah,
We
we caught Dory.
Stop
found
following me,
her.
okay?
What are you talking about?
But yeah, it's there's some super awesome stuff. The macropinna though is a very interesting looking fish, very cute. And I was trying to I did some research on it, and the reason why it has this kind of see-through head is because it really doesn't need the head part as much. Like the design of the fish overall in ye olden days used to actually show it without that curved dome head. They just thought that it was like see-through, or that there was nothing there at all. But they discovered that its feeding habit is that it feeds underneath a larger animal by brushing against it with its head. So they didn't want to have it like rubbing its brain against
Yeah.
another animal. So there's this kind of like see-through enclosure that keeps like the brain part safe. Fascinating.
That is. That's.
Yeah.
I mean, because I think. Oh God, I don't want to speak for you, but I think part of the fascination with the ocean is like you'd never see something like that on land. Like it just would not
yeah,
exist.
Exactly. There's just so much more biodiversity in the ocean than you'll ever find on land.
And that's
Although,
why-
you know, insects do have a lot of that too.
Yes. Well, one of the reasons I think I like monkeys is because how similar we are with them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to get into evolution versus creationism, but
Yeah.
I find it very interesting
I'm trying
with
to swim here.
with monkeys how similar we look, how similar we act.
Yeah, if you actually stare at a monkey for long enough, you can really start to pick up on some of the similarities. It's kind of
Even behaviorally, like
yeah, exactly.
that's
Yeah.
it's weird.
Yeah. And I just, and, you know, other things that I really enjoy about sort of nature in general, the fact that
It's scary.
dogs are something that have almost like evolved alongside us. So, like,
'Cause
you
we
know,
domesticated them back in the day.
well, yeah, because they were wolves, and then these wolves realized that the hunters that would kill animals and kind of have these little campfires and stuff going didn't really want to hurt the wolves, and they had this leftover food, so they started having some wolves that were brave enough to come and hang out with the people. The people liked it because, you know, who doesn't like wolves?
Hanging out with a wolf.
Yeah, why not? And so they would get these scraps. They wouldn't have to work for their kills, and
Made it easier for them.
and they would protect us from enemies too. So that's how our man's relationship with dogs started. Was with some brave wolves, and I guess just evolution-wise, the wolves that hung out with humans lasted the longest because they got free food, and that's why we've kind of co-developed this beautiful relationship between man and dog, which is fascinating to me. It's
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, What's the symbiotic relationships? Is that what they're
Yeah,
called?
symbiotic is when one thing merges into another and takes a part of it. So yeah, okay, I could see that.
I mean, it's similar because like I always joke because people are like, oh, my dog's hyper, my dog's lazy. I go, your dog usually takes your personality. For them. I mean, they do have their own personality, but a lot of times
They have instinctual whims that they are beholden to, but
yes,
they can change a little bit. Like I have 2 dogs that are super hyper, but
you're not.
I'm not at all. So they are having to learn to be less hyper.
Yeah,
I think we should call this one here. That's a nice
That's what
2
I'm thinking.
episodes in.
yeah, because it's about to get the shit's about to get real in the minefield.
Oh.
I mean, this is starting to get where the it gets tougher. As you can tell, it's slowly getting tougher.
The
but
real deal.
This is
Holyfield.
where the real deal happens.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get the minefield. We just found Dory, so we're gonna hang with Dory.
And what's your favorite fish? Let's see in the comments below. Is there any that we should be checking out? We're both big fish fans here.
Or what's the weirdest fish you've ever
What's
seen?
the weirdest fish, or your favorite fish, or just any fish that you think is interesting in general? Post it in the comments below, and I promise
it
you,
up.
we will check it out. I will definitely check it out.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, so thanks again for watching episode 2 of Finding Nemo on the Xbox, the original Xbox. And as always,
Welcome to the second level. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and if you want to join the level 2 Legion, click that little red button down there. I think it's either over here or over here. I can't tell which way. I don't know if I think it mirrors.
Probably below me.
I think it's below you.
Probably right
I
here.
can't remember.
Right
But if it's not there, it's here. But if you want to join the level 2 Legion, we love every single one of you, and it's a lot of fun talking to all of you. So go ahead if you want to, just come join us. It's a party.
What else you gonna do?